Hey guys, it's C, and today is gonna be my little story time about when I got robbed. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna try to make this as like one straight talk through. So stay tuned. In the ninth grade, there was a whole bunch of like mess going on in my life. I'm not really gonna get into that in this particular video, but there was a lot of mess going on in my life, and I ended up getting an iPhone. I got the iPhone 4S. I thought I was popping. I was like, yes, I'm the shiz naive. I got an iPhone. Because I just had a BlackBerry, and I'm just like, it was time for an upgrade, right? So I had after school, which was one of them like OST programs or whatever, and I decided not to go. Don't know why, but something in me was just like, I don't feel like going, so I didn't go. I decided to go to McDonald's with my friends instead. So we're walking to McDonald's, and they left, and I'm walking home. And I usually have one particular way that I take home, and I didn't take that way this time. I decided to take a different way. I don't know why, and I have regretted that decision ever since. I had headphones and I had my music blasting because I put my volume all the way up, so I don't want to hear nothing. So somebody's like, yo, miss, yo, miss. So I'm like, what do you want? They were like, oh, can I use your phone to call my friend? I had no idea that you're not supposed to do that because I'm such a nice person. Like, I just give. So I had no idea that like you're not supposed to ever do that. Lesson learned, of course. And I was like, yeah, sure, you can call your friend. Da da da. Unlocked my phone, gave it to them. Right, phone was fully charged, case on it. Like my phone was A1. They have my phone and they're whatever, whatever. Right, and I'm standing there and I'm waiting and I'm like, can they dial any slower? They took off running. I was like, where he running to? Like, why are we running? I was so confused. And I'm like, oh, So I'm like, he just snatched my phone. Oh my God, he just snatched my phone. I froze. I didn't know what to do. Then I was like, no, run. So I started running. I ran after him. I chased him all around my neighborhood. I don't know. He had the shortest legs and he just disappeared. He was like Sonic, and I got asthma. I do not got that time to be chasing nobody. So I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I ended up going to one of my friends who was he was an old guy. Like, he wasn't old, but you know, every neighborhood got that OG. So I went to him and I was like, yo, this little just snatched my phone. And he was like, all right, where he at? I was like, I don't know. He disappeared. So we walking around and we looking, and I'm like, oh, that's him right there. That's him right there. Like, I'm trying to be low key. I don't want him to see me and start running. He's standing there. He's going through my phone. I'm just like, you're mad disrespectful. Like, how did my phone not lock? I had it on 2-second auto lock. Like, Apple let me down that day. But anyways, so he's like, all right, I got you. He goes running after him. Didn't catch him because he started to jump fences. Mind you, this guy that was running after him, he's about 6'3", and he big. So ain't nobody about to be hopping fences, go around and break it. Like, part about this whole situation was I went an entire year without a phone. An entire year. No Instagram, no Facebook, no texting, no nothing. Like, my life was so dead. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was so bored. I had that little desktop, but you know, after a while, PC started to run real slow, so Facebook wasn't loading properly. Like, it was always something. I was just so over it. I'm just like, what am I do? So then I found out that my phone had ended up in one of the little shops on that particular block that it got stolen on. So I was like, oh crap, like, we going there. So we went there, and I was like, did a little, and I started describing him, and they was like, yeah, he just turned his phone. And I'm like, that's my phone. Unlocked it for them and all that. They're like, oh, well, it's our property now, so if you want it, you're gonna have to buy it. What? I just unlocked this phone for you, and you got the audacity to tell me that I gotta buy back my phone? Are you stupid? I was so livid. But you know, I was like, all right, how much? Oh, $900. I was like, $900 for what? The phone wasn't even worth $900. Like, my mom bought that phone for like $200 from Verizon. That phone was not worth no $900. I'm like, y'all tripping. Y'all playing, right? Y'all playing. They was like, no, we're not playing. Like, we gotta make our money too. I was like, so I had no phone. I didn't have no $900 to buy back my phone. Nobody was about to buy back my phone. My mother was not about to get me a new phone, and we didn't have insurance. If we had insurance, I wouldn't have cared. She didn't get insurance because my mom is old Caribbean, so they not paying nothing extra for nothing extra. Like, what you get is what you get. There's no insurance. What I did was I did go to the company, and I was like, look, my phone got stolen. Is there any way that y'all could go about this and get me a new phone? They were like, no, there's nothing we could do. So my mom was like, all right, but I want her to have a phone. I ended up with a freaking flip phone. a flip phone, like flip phone, big numbers and all that, triple texting to get a letter. Do you know how embarrassing that was? In high school, freshman year, with a flip phone. I ain't never been so embarrassed. That embarrassment. I never saw him again, and I never got that phone back. I did end up getting a new phone 2 years later, and I got a Galaxy. I'm team iPhone. When your first phone is an iPhone, you can't go back. I got a Galaxy S3 in 11th grade. So I went from 9th to 11th with no type of phone but the house phone. So, like, I'm still at a loss of words. Like, I don't know how that situation even happened, but, you know, I made a mistake. And ever since then, anytime I had after school, I was not missing nothing. I went and I took the direction that I always take, and I took my ass home. Back at that now, I laugh because I'm like, I was so stupid. And I think that's why I'm so mean right now, because I dead don't give my phone to nobody. If you're sitting next to me, like, I got my arm on you type thing, like, I'm not letting nobody get away with it. Because now I got an iPhone 6. We not playing them games. My phone went missing one time. I'm not playing those games. Like, nobody's ever going to take my phone. My advice to you is take the route that you always take home. Never give your phone to a stranger. And don't skip your after school. If you got somewhere to be, just make sure you're there, because at least if something happens to you or something goes missing, you have some place to account for it. Like, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I decided not to go to school after school, and I decided to go to McDonald's. Like, do you know how mad my mom was? My mom was so mad, like, mad. She was like, really? That's what we do now? We just skip our programs? I was like, no, I was hungry. So don't do it, y'all. It's so not worth it. My story time when my phone got stolen. Let's hope that this one doesn't get stolen either, which it won't, because I'll be watching. I'll be lurking. Ain't nobody gonna steal it. But yeah. So that's it. Bye, guys.